Hello everyone!
So today we have a very exciting day planned. We're going to check off some of the best things to do in the Tam Coc, NINH BINH area. So first, we're going to try some egg coffee. Second, we're going to hop on our scooter we rented and take a Trang An boat tour. And lastly, we're going to hike to the Mua Cave.
So let's go! So after a delicious breakfast at our accommodation, because it is included in the price, which is amazing, we have come to the coffee shop across the street because when we did our food tour back in Ho Chi Minh, our guide T said that it was most popular in the south of Vietnam to drink coconut coffee, but once you get to the north, the most popular one, apart from salt coffee, is egg coffee. And Graham and I have specifically waited to try egg coffee until we got to northern Vietnam. So that's what we wanted to do before we go out and explore the caves in the water today.
Okay, so our egg coffee has come. I also wanted to give you an update of what actually egg coffee is. Made of egg yolks, sugar, condensed milk, and Robusta coffee. The lady working here came over and said that you have to drink it in a certain way. First spoon is to taste, so we'll do that. And then 3 stirs, and then when you drink it you have to keep your mouth open. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but it wasn't that, but this is amazing. It's very, very sweet, and the foam, I think there's like cinnamon on top, so there's like a little bit of a cinnamony flavor.
So you definitely do get like a kind of hint of egg, like it tastes like egg. As someone who doesn't like necessarily prefer eggs all the time, it is there, and I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't sure if like the coffee would overpower it. The best way I could describe it is that it's like the thick foam of a cappuccino, but a little bit slimier, which doesn't make it sound super appetizing. It is, it's really good, but that's just the only way that I can think of to describe it. I think I may prefer coconut coffee. Our place is literally in the best location ever. That's where we had supper, that's where we had coffee, that's where we had lunch. It's great. Okay, so we have come and we have bought our tickets. The north of Vietnam is costing us a lot more than we paid like this whole trip pretty much. Each ticket was 250,000 Vietnamese dong. All tickets are the same price, and then you do have the option to choose from one of 3 routes.
Oh no, they're all kind of like different caves, different temples, combos.
Also, the lady said that each boat takes 4 people, so we're gonna have to wait for 2 more people to come on our boat for wherever, or for whichever route that we choose.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're not waiting long.
We'll make some new friends.
Yeah.
Okay, after a little bit of Googling, I think the consensus seems to be number 3, because it has Dot Cave, which is a cave that is 1,000 meters long, and also the cool like floating temple in the middle of like a big like kind of bay area. So I think that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go get checked in and find 2 other people to ride in our boat with us.
This is cool. It's like a little like kind of exhibition. It's got pictures, it's got videos, beautiful lanterns. Did not expect to see this. Okay, this place is set up to have like hundreds of people here. It seems like everything is super organized, as if there was like tons of people that needed to be organized in lines, and we're literally just walking straight through. It feels like, I don't know, we're here on like an off day. Maybe it's still the off season. I'm not really sure. I'm not complaining about it because for me and Graham, it's gorgeous temperature, gorgeous views, and no wait times. So it looks like everyone loads from the same boat dock no matter what route you take. So we just told someone that we wanted to go on route 3, and I think he's trying to find us 2 other people so that we can leave. Found 2 other people. We're heading out.
Cool.
My arm is literally on fire already. And it's been like 2 minutes. I think it's a sign I need to work out my arms just a little bit more.
Feels like I'm not doing anything, but we're trying at least. It's a thought that counts. Okay, we've come to our first temple. We've got 5 minutes to explore. Okay, so there's signs out front of the temple that say no short sleeves, no shorts. Just a note, if you are coming on this trip and you want to do this route and come to this temple, I imagine all the temples are the same on all the routes, but make sure you're wearing longer pants and a longer shirt so you can go inside and explore the temples a little bit more than we can. Okay, so we've completed stop 1 at this temple here. Next stop is just a little bit of ways up the river system here, and it is called Dot Cave, and I think it is the longest cave in this complex at 1,000 meters long. So let's go. The Dot Cave is literally next to the temple. A temple cave is right there. We're gonna be under this cave for a long time. This is cool. This is crazy.
We are so close to the top of this cave, and it's so hot in here.
It's boiling.
So Graham started a timer as we went into the cave, and that cave took us 13 and a half whole minutes to go through. It was crazy. It was definitely hot and humid inside, but there was some times where it would like open up into these big areas, and then you'd go right into like super small, little bit tighter. I and Graham get a little bit claustrophobic, and I was like, this is close enough, but I never panicked. So if you don't like tight spaces and you're kind of like us, we did okay. Actually, we did really well. It was really cool.
Looks like we've hit a little bit of a traffic jam here. You can currently see 4 boats in front of us.
Feels a little bit like I'm on like an amusement ride at the moment.
Yeah. It's like if you've been to Disneyland, it's similar to It's a Small World. all my family will get that reference.
Alright, so we have made it to our next stop, which is a temple. I think it's actually 2 temples, and we walk from one to the other, and then he picks us up on the other side. We only have 5 minutes again, so we gotta hurry.
Okay, this temple stop has been absolutely gorgeous, but we are heading back to the boat and going to our next stop.
It's so pretty.
Unbelievable.
And there's a nice cool breeze, which is lovely.
Okay, we are at our next stop. Another absolutely beautiful temple right out of the cave that we just came out of. This one is a bit special because it's like kind of like the poster child temple of the boat tour because of the beautiful floating pagoda that you will see here in a sec. Okay, we are heading back to our boat.
It is really funny to see though the contrast. Like the temples are like very earth toned, so they kind of like blend in with the landscape that surrounds them. And then you see all of the bright orange life jackets of all of the tourists that are here. So
It's really
they
quite
really
funny.
stand out.
Yeah, it's really funny. Okay, we are back at the main building here. That was absolutely awesome experience and time. I think it was well worth the money that we spent to actually take part in this activity. As always, you're expected to tip at the end of these. We unfortunately only had really big bills and only a couple of smaller ones. And so when we handed our smaller bills over, I don't think it was as much as kind of expected, and he didn't have change to break down our really big bills for us. So it just kind of created an awkward and a bit of a tense situation. So that was a bit of a bummer. So if you are coming to this, don't be like us. Break down some of your larger bills so you can tip exactly what you want and finish off on a really good note.
So Graham and I are heading back to the scooter. We are gonna head back to Tam Coc to get some lunch before we head back out. Prices there are just better than the prices here, obviously, because this is a high touristy area, and we are craving some banh mi. I don't know if we said this before, but the parking here is 15,000. Now we gave all of our little change as a tip, so we're gonna have to give them a 500,000 because that's literally all we have. So I'm hoping they have enough change for us. Okay, so Graham and I just got to the entrance for the Mua Cave, I think. And so we read some Google reviews online that said the road leading up to the entrance, there's going to be a ton of locals getting in front of you, trying to stop your vehicle and tell you that you have to park there. They're all lying. They are trying to scam you. And so Graham and I were prepared for that. And we legitimately people got in the middle of the road, would not let us pass and said, no, there's no parking up there. You have to park here. You need to park here. And they'll charge you 10,000 for it. And so Graham and I, actually we did get stopped by one and they were very convincing. But then I got off the bike and I said, you know what? I'll just go check. And then they moved out of our way and we went, and then we found the parking lot that was right beside the ticket office, and we were like, perfect, this should be free. That's what we had read online. But there were still people saying oh, you have to pay for parking. There's signs all over that said bike is 5,000, motorbike is 10,000. So we still ended up paying. So, and we were with a whole bunch of other tourists who had read the same thing and they were also trying to figure it out. So I'm not exactly sure where the free parking lot is. Yeah. Google said go past the gate, and we're inside the gate, and I'm looking at the parking lot here too because we parked just outside of it. And there also is signs, and there's a person collecting money. So on our walk, if we find the free parking lot, we'll let you know, but we did not find it. I was so proud of us for we hate confrontation, but for going around all of the locals,
not confrontational people whatsoever. Rob and I both, after when we parked and we thought we had beat the system and got it for free, we both looked at each other in the hands, we're shaking, and we're nervous. So
yeah, so I'm not really totally sure what was going on. We followed what Google said, didn't end up finding it. I mean, 10,000 is not even $1, so is what it is.
Cents.
I was just so disappointed. I was I went through all of that hassle and people yelling at us to still pay anyways, but you can park right beside the entrance fee, so that at least cuts down our walk a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, we just handed our tickets to the guys, so there's no way that I would drive a scooter further than that. So I think it was that main parking lot that they're now charging at, so looks like it's 10K to park. So we've just been walking through the Lotus Pond, Lotus Farm, and there's so many people taking different photos, and
it's very pretty.
Yeah, just very beautiful. So bit of a high entrance fee in my opinion, but honestly I think it's been worth it so far, at least. And we haven't even started the hike yet. So. And
I don't know if we told you guys how much it was to get in here, but it was 100,000, Vietnamese dong per person. So today is definitely looking to be a more expensive day.
Have to eat cheap for supper.
Yeah, luckily our banh mi was $1 and hopefully our supper is like $2. And then it just works out that way.
It's a long ways. It's gonna be a tough hike.
We are just about to get to the stairs that'll take us all the way up to the viewpoint. I think there's like 500 or something like that. So it's gonna be quite the hike up. I've heard it takes people maybe like half an hour to 40-ish minutes. And there's 2 different viewpoints when you get to the top. So we'll go check it out.
Okay, we've only done maybe 70 steps, maybe 50 steps or so. Views are already incredible. Can't wait to get to the top. Also, I'm already out of breath. It's insane.
I'm a little tired, but we're almost at the point where the path splits into 2. And if you go to the right, it goes to the small pagoda. And if you go to the left, it goes to the dragon. But we're definitely gonna do both, regardless of what order we do it in.
Okay, we made it to the top of the right side. It's absolutely stunning. The views are incredible.
We can see the city of NINH BINH in the distance, and we can also get an overtop view of the lotus pond that we were in.
Yeah.
And it turns out the pathways are actually shaped like a lotus, so it's really cool from above too.
Yeah.
There is not a ton of space up here, and there is a lot of people, which makes me a little nervous because I don't like heights as much, but the views are just, they're incredible.
Yeah.
They're so pretty.
Yeah. But I think we are going to head back down and then up the left side? Yeah.
The left side.
And then up the left side.
Okay, on to side number 2, the one with the dragon.
Almost there. Okay, we made it to like a kind of like a little lookout point here. There's a little pagoda just off the side here, and then you can take some more stairs up to the dragon, which I think we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna do, but we're gonna check out these views first. So this lookout point overlooks the river that we cruised on yesterday out of Tam Coc.
The slope on these steps are so high that they have little steps that go in between just in case you can't make it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's very nice actually.
Yeah, very helpful. We made it. And the views, like always, spectacular.
We've made it to the dragon. We are very high. And there's Robin is absolutely killing it. We'll show you where we're standing, but this is a bit crazy.
These rocks are jagged, so you have a lot of like grip, but they are so slippery.
So slippery, it's crazy.
I do not know what they're made out of, but they are slippery, and it's not even like because they're wet or anything. I think they're just naturally shiny and
just
no
like
grip.
over the course of years, it's so many people have stepped on them that they've just like rubbed smooth, so they're so slick.
I am gripping this dragon right now.
Robin's not the best with heights, so she's doing very well to be where she's standing. So over the years, just because I've been roofing and with high buildings, I've gotten pretty comfortable with heights, but I know Robin is like terribly afraid of heights, so I'm very proud of her for what we just did, because that was not easy and she absolutely crushed it. So anyways, just very proud of her conquering her fears and climbing all the way up. How was that?
It was good. It was I definitely gripped the neck of it. That was the most secure spot I could find. People went all the way to the tail end. I don't know, because there's crevices, like large crevices, between like us and them. I think if it was either slippery rock that was like, I don't know, not so jagged, or like jagged rock that wasn't so slippery. I think it was the slippery part that got me all freaked out, because like even if you stepped on what looked like a jagged spot where you'd have good grip, it's so worn, like the rock is like shiny. Anyways, it was good. I'm glad I went to the Dragon. I'm glad I didn't go all the way down. I am perfectly content staying at the head and coming back to this nice, secure lookout point.
We have soaked in the view, and I think it's time to start our 500 step journey back down. So we will see you at the scooter. Okay, we're crazy. We completely forgot about the cave. So we're gonna explore that now. Into the abyss. This is crazy, man.
Oh. I don't know if we can go.
Okay, that's so spooky.
Okay, don't say that it's spooky or you're gonna freak me out. Pearl Spring was closed.
Just like we experienced on the boat, it is so humid in here. I was doing okay. Now, just dripping sweat. Okay, we just popped out the other side of the cave. We are literally the only people here.
It's very peaceful. I can't, like when you're walking through, you hear so much like chatter because obviously all the tourists are talking and it's kind of like a background noise, but here it's like we've come to the other side of the cave and
it's silent.
It's silent. Feels like we're in like a little oasis, but I mean, it's not like we walked very far.
It was like literally 2 minutes of walking.
No, not even.
It was literally like 30 seconds of walking.
Crazy.
This is insane. Okay, we're back at our scooter. We're gonna hop on and head back to the hotel.
All right, we are back at our hotel. Honestly, today has been like so fantastic. The scenery of this area around Tam Coc is just absolutely breathtaking. We've been along the coast a lot of this trip, so like the mountains are really still new to us, and every time we see them, it's amazing. Phenomenal.
Yeah, and honestly, it was, like, in all transparency, a little bit expensive to do both the Trang and boat tour, but also do the Mua Cave in the same day. I think, like Robin and I said, like, we don't do things in other places, so we can do things like this that are a little bit more important to us.
Splurge when we want to.
Yeah, but honestly, you gotta check it out. I think it was well worth the money spent. But that is where we are gonna leave this video. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
She doesn't know which one it is.
Is it that one? Oh. I thought we parked farther away.
Ow.
You okay?
And then more stairs up to where the Dragon is actually up. Or, what am I saying?
I have no idea what you're saying. The slope. Oh, let me catch her. On to side number 2, the one with the Dragon. Yeah, I know. I was pointing. I know what I'm doing.
Number 2.